Well, did you have a good time looking for your opposites? I hope you had some fun. So now we're going to play outside. I know we're in a tent and we're outside and we can have picnics in our tents. And remember Freddy the Frog, he made his tent under the table. But I'm going to show you some small world play. So I brought some things from inside out. So let's go and play some small world. All right? Now, when you're in your garden, there are lots of trees and everything. So you can create your small little world. So what you do is you just set it up. So we might have a little bridge, okay? And then we might have some stones, okay? And we might use some bricks. And what we might decide to do is we might make a little farm or a zoo for our animals, okay? And then we might make Owen the farmer coming along on his truck, on his tractor I mean, with his trailer, and he's coming with some food for the animals. And then we might have some other cars that are playing around. Or we might have James and Sarah and Ayla and Oren and Emily and Ava. Oh no, that's a granddad. That's Granddad Bill. This might be Ava. And they're all outside playing. So Granddad Bill is minding the train. And then Oren and Ayla are over playing in the with the animals in the zoo. But Ava and Emily decide they're going to make a house. So they get their house and they're going to play house outside. Now I've got different pieces of wood and things here, but you can make it out of all kinds of recycling. So maybe you might use a little hook, or you might use lollipop sticks, or you might use stones, or you might use bricks. So it's all called small world play. So this might be a little swing for Emily to go in, or this might be a chair for Ava to sit on, or this might be a stick that Grandad Bill is going to move the cows with, or this might be a stepping stone that Sarah is going to jump on and play with Charlie. Okay, so all our small world is made, and we can use our leaves and our flowers because sometimes the animals go up into the forest and they play up in the forest, and then another goat comes and he goes into the forest and they play games up in the trees. So you can make up your own story and everything, and you can be using your imagination. You can do opposites because the animals are above and the tractor is below, so you can use that, but you can use all of your imagination and you can use all of your stories. Now what I want you to do then is when you're finished playing, you must gather all your stuff and bring it in. But look what we're going to do. I want to show you. We're going to make an outside storybook. Now when you're in a tent, you don't always have a table, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to use our box. Wait till I show you how this works. So what happens is you turn your box upside down and then you've got a table. You could have a tea party on that. You could play with your animals on that. Whatever you want. Now remember I said I'd like you to make a little storybook about being outside. So what you do, the preschool rangers might need to help. You cut your page up, okay? So I'm going to cut my page, okay? Now, if you haven't got paper, what can we do? We can use some paper cereal boxes. Well done. Okay, or you can use some old paper. So we get our paper, all right, and we put it together, all right, and we might staple it if we've got staples. If not, if you don't have staples, you can stick it together, or if you've got a punch, you might put a little hole in it, okay, like this, and then you get a bit of ribbon. I'm going to cut the ribbon, and we're going to thread it in here, because you remember we did threading. So you take your piece of ribbon and you push it through the hole, and you pull it out, and you push it through at the other side, okay, and then we're going to tie it. We put a little bow on it, okay, and you've got a little book. Now, what are we going to put? So this is where your preschool rangers might need to help. So you're going to write on the front of it, my outside story book. Okay? And then you might draw on the first page, you might draw your tent. So I'm going to get my crayons, and I'm going to maybe draw my table like Freddy the Frog at the table, and then he put a sheet over it, so he put his sheet over his tent, okay, and then you might ask the preschool rangers to write tent, okay, and then you might write small world preschool rangers, and then your job is to draw a picture of all the things you did in your small world. So you might have your horse in the trees and your goat in the trees, okay? And we just put in some green for our trees. And then you might decide you're making up a story about the horses and opposites. And you might decide that your horses went on an adventure. So you draw the adventure on the page, and then the preschool ranger might put down the words to explain the story. So I'm going to draw a big light bulb. And the light bulb is for ideas. Okay? Because your ideas go in here. Okay? So you make your book whatever way you want it. And then you have your own outside story book. It might be an adventure in a tent. It might be your small world. It might be a book about opposites, or like last week when we did patterns, or you might put colours or shapes, whatever you want your book to be about. Have a great time, and remember, you can make as many books as you want to, and use your imagination. You draw the pictures, and the preschool rangers will help to fill in the words. Okay.